Hey friends, happy Monday. Welcome to a new week and welcome to my live. And if you are watching the replay, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Chalk Couture. So if you are looking for easy to use, easy to clean DIY products and projects, you are in the right place. Once you hop on either the live or the replay, say hi or hashtag replay in the comments and let me know that you are here. You also might tell me where you are watching from. I do want to let you know that I'm live in 3 locations this evening. So if you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your feed, that person may be watching from a different platform. Also, if you are watching from my private Facebook group, there is a StreamYard permission link in the description of the video. That if you click that link, that just allows StreamYard to pin your profile name and pick to your comment. You can choose not to click that link. Just know that your comment will show up as Facebook user in my comments. I'll still interact with you. I'll still say hi. I'll still answer any questions. I just may not know who I am talking to. And lastly, if at any time you like this project and you think others should see it, please feel free to spread the crafty love all around Facebook and YouTube. Excuse me, invite your crafty friends to tag your crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you. And as always, hit that thumbs up button and that heart button and let me know that you like this video. So with that, let's go to the comments. I see that Jason is watching from the other side of the door, and he loves the revamped background. I worked on it a little bit, so I have some Halloween and fall things in the background. Still working on that part right up there. Still have some really old projects that I need to recycle and put something else up. But yeah, trying to make it look a little bit more festive down here. So with that, let me go ahead and flip the camera. This is our project that we're going to do, but before we do our project, I did want to show you a few things. When I checked earlier, the color of the month, which is Napa, I just got mine in today. It was still available when I checked this morning, so I just wanted to give you a little peek of what it looks like. It looks a little more brown on the camera than it does in real life. Let's compare it to well, this is pomegranate, which is very similar to currant jam. There's a little bit of a difference, but yeah, I don't. So yeah, it's a really pretty color. It would be great for some of your primitive and vintage Christmas. I think you could also carry it into Valentine's Day. So make sure you get your $75 order in to unlock the ability to purchase Napa, the color of the month. You can purchase up to 3 once you spend $75. Hello, Miss Caitlin. Good evening to you as well. So that is the color of the month. We might be able to put that into our project tonight. And then I wanted to show you a couple of kits that are on sale. So this is the classic Santa DIY kit. And let me go ahead. I'm going to share my screen so I can what can you see? Okay, there's what you can see. So these are, so if you go to up here, chalkcouture.com/Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and you go over here to category and then come over and hit kits. These are the kits that are on special, and the top 3 or 4 were just added recently, but this is the classic Santa kit, and it is $21, so it is quite the steal. So you get, this is the project that they did with this kit, but you get the B size Classic Santa transfer, you get the Classic Santa Chalkable Shape cutout. You get a black chalk chip. You get the 5x7 board and base. You get a bright white paste single, a candy apple paste single, a color tray, and a mini squeegee. And just for reference, the transfer itself is $16-ish. The board and base is $17 or $7, so that's $21 right there just between the surface and the transfer. So you basically get your two paste singles, your chalk shape, which is normally $7 or $8, and the chip basically for free. So that's a really good deal on that kit. And it is right here. And then this is the, you can't see it in the packaging, that's why I'm showing it to you on the website. This is the Gingerbread Baking Company kit. It is $30, but you get the C size transfer, which is, again, normally a $24 transfer. So you get the C size transfer, it's 12x18. You get 3 chalkable shapes, one of which is the, it's probably about, let's say, 11x17 surface. And then you get 4 paste singles, which are Camel, Cherry, Shimmer Melon, and Shimmer Olive, which Cherry you can't even purchase regularly. I think it just comes in this kit. And then you get a color tray and a excuse me, a mini squeegee. So those are really good deals. So I just wanted to show you those really quick. Let's go ahead and do it this way. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's flip-flop those. Okay, so this is the gingerbread kit. And then this is the classic Santa DIY kit. And and then they released those other 4 kits just recently. So those are hot off the press. Okay, so it is monthly transfer Monday. So we are using the Club Couture transfer again this week. I used it last week in the frame that's right there. It's kind of hard to see because it's on black. So I went through my stash and I pulled out one of the 9x7 pallet trays. This is a wood surface, and it is kind of nice because you could use just the pallet side, or a lot of designers have turned excuse me, into a tray. You can add skinny handles onto this, and then you chalk on this portion of the surface, and it makes a really cute tray. So this was one I had in my stash because I had put a Christmas design on it, and using red and green, I washed the design off, but of course, because I used red and green, it stained it, so I painted it gray, and then we're going to distress it back to white just a little bit. So let's do that, and I apologize. My allergies got kicked up last week, and so now when I start talking, I get a little choked up. So I have some really cheap, I think this is Dollar Tree paint. I don't suggest it, but it doesn't give good coverage, but because we're doing a distress, it's not going to matter that much. I'm just trying to get it used up. So I'm just going to put a little bit of paint onto my paintbrush, and I'm just using a cheap chip brush, trying to get a lot of that paint off, and then I'm just going to distress this again. And of course, then we're going to sand a lot of it off. So did everyone have a great weekend? Hi, Bonita. Oh, you're not late. Glad you could make it. You should go back and watch the replay because I was just going over a few of the kits that I just got in the mail. They are super inexpensive on the website. And I would be checking the website, my chalk site. I need to do a better job of posting them on my Facebook page, but they're constantly adding curated kits that are really fairly easy on the pocketbook. So just keep checking, and I'll try to keep posting those. I just don't want you guys to get tired of me trying to be salesy on my Facebook page, but I don't want that perfect. Just and then I showed off the color Napa. I got the color of the month. I just got it today. It's a really pretty color. We may try to use it tonight. I don't know. I'm just going to dry this really quick. The color Napa, it's really pretty. It'd be perfect for, again, for your primitive and your vintage Christmas. And I think it would transpose really well to Valentine's Day as well. And it would work for a lot of your fall designs. Okay. I'm also going to plug in my hot glue gun. I think that's how we're going to attach the shape that I forgot to use last week. Caitlin says she loves all the primitive. It's really popular again, which is funny. I know Bonita loves the primitive. So again, this is the Club Couture exclusive transfer. And then this is the chalk shape that comes with it. And then the colors for that you get in paste singles are not that one. Shimmer, Copper, Cadet, and Bark. Those are the 3 paste singles, and they look like this. So this is a paste single, kind of like think chalk paste in as a condiment. So that's what these look like, and you get 3 of these, 1 in each color. So I just have to figure out how I want to do this. I think I'm going to watercolor, maybe. Sorry if that was noisy. So I think what I'm going to do is paste. Hey, Margie. So I'm going to paste on the shape first. I'm not going to wax it because I want to do kind of a watercolor technique. We'll see how this works. So I can see, of course it keeps moving on me. I can see through my chalk shape, so I kind of know where to place it if it would quit moving on me. As I move the transfer, the shape moves. So we're just chasing each other. I think that works. So, put my fuzzing cloth. Yeah, that's a good idea. Bonita says put my fuzzing cloth under. That means I have to get my fuzzing cloth out. That works. Thanks, Bonita. Okay, so I'm going to Knock on my face silver. You're going to think I'm weird, but I actually saw another designer do this when the butterfly was released. I'm going to paste on Dune, and that will be those will kind of be my coloring lines. That way, when I watercolor, if I were to use black and watercolor, I would just end up with a big mess, because what I would end up doing is reactivating all of that paste, that black paste, and it'll just end up a garbled mess. So I'm going to use Dune, that way if I happen to reactivate this paste, it won't be such a mess. But yet I can still see my lines. And then then we're going to watercolor this, and then I'll go back over all of my lines with black. Just stay with me. So I'm going to use the detail tool to hold it down. And I think while this is drying, I'm going to go ahead and wash that transfer. So actually, let me just put that. So here's what it looks like. I guess I should show you before. So at least I know where to color. And then my lines won't get so, my paste won't get so yucky when I watercolor. So let's go ahead and wash this, because I'm going to need it again. Plus, I want to show you how easy it is. So all you need is a water source. And this tub has a little bit of texture, so you can use a water tub like this. For my B-size or my C-size transfers, I have a long clear tote. It actually fits right into my utility sink, and it's perfect for C and D-size transfers. So you just need like a water source, like a tub like this, or the utility sink, your kitchen sink, your bathtub would work, or even just a spray bottle and a towel. But I wet my board eraser. I'm just going to wipe that paste off of the front. And then I'm going to flip it over. Sometimes that paste gets trapped in the silk screen. So if you flip it over and gently wipe it with your board eraser, that will release the rest of that paste. And then I just put it sticky side up on a towel. Move that out of the way before I spill it. And then I'm going to wipe it with a disinfecting wipe, which I don't see a lot of designers doing it this way anymore, but it's just become habit. Plus it gets some of that remaining paste off, and if you fuzzed it any, then this helps get some of the little bits and pieces off. So let's put that over there. And then I'm going to put this into the microfiber side of my fuzz towel, because it will help it dry super duper quick. And we'll put that off to the side. And then bring this back in. And I think I'm just going to watercolor out of my paste lids. So I have papaya. I have moss. Let's use our new color. Hey, Miss Ashley. Let's use Napa. It's the new color. I'm just going to fold that over if I can. And then I don't think we'll use Cadet there. Let's pull out bark. I got a new bark, but let's use the old one. When I have dry paste or pastes that are getting dry like this, I think these are great candidates for your watercoloring because they're always going to need some water anyway. And now I need to go, I forgot paintbrushes. Let me see what I have. I just have a few down here. Might be able to make do with what I have. I think we'll make do with what we have. I can always use my water over here. Okay. And then I'm going to get my little spray bottle out. So let's start with the pumpkin. So I'm going to spray a little bit of water into my papaya lid. This is distilled water. And I use distilled water so that if I flip the lid back over and it drips into my paste, it won't bother my paste. I just want to wet this down. We'll see what happens. So this is the reason why I pasted with Dune. If I were to do black and add water to all of those pasted lines, it's going to reactivate that black paste. It'll mix with my orange and I'll just have mud brown stuff everywhere. So that's why I used Dune. So we're just going to watercolor in here. I'm just covering up the white. I'm going to dry that just a little bit so I can go kind of back over it. Make it a little darker. You just want to be careful if some of your paste is kind of puddled up, that you don't blow it all around with your either your hair dryer or your quick dry tool. So I'm trying to go straight at it. If I blow dried it to the side, I might spread that puddle outside of where I want the orange. I hope that makes sense. Let's see if I can make this part a little darker. You can. So don't be afraid to put more than one coat. So this is watercoloring in the lines. So I'm going to rinse that brush out. And then let's do this big leaf right here. And we'll do that in moss. And this doesn't have to be perfect. So what did everyone do this weekend? Anyone do anything fun? I spent both days in my craft room trying to clean up piles of stuff. I did pretty good. Yeah, we Jason and Dane collect those arcade one-up arcade consoles. We have quite a few, and so somebody in McPherson was selling the Frogger game cabinet, and so we went and got it. Of course, that constituted a complete redo of the game room. We had Jason, not we. I totally was exempt from that because I was in here playing with all my craft supplies and getting everything cleaned up. So he completely rearranged everything, and we had a bunch of decor that they got for Christmas that he finally got arranged. It looks really cool in there, and all the lights are lit up. So one of these nights we'll have to turn on all the accessory lighting, and I'll have to take a video. Bonita did some crafting on Saturday. She got her club transfer in the mail. She's going to try this watercolor technique. I can't wait to see what you did either. It's not perfect, but we're getting there. So let's figure something. Let's do another leaf. Let's do this one really quick. Let me only do one coat on that one. And then let's do this one up here. We'll do this little one. Try to hurry this project along a little bit. Do some of these. And the cool thing is when fall is over and you find another project that you want to use this shape with, you can wash it right off and use it for another project. Let's see what what Napa looks like. Oops. That's a beautiful color. And again, the camera makes it look a little more brown than it really is. It's really pretty. Let's do sleeve. Ooh. That one will not need a second coat. It looks much prettier in person. I promise. And don't worry about getting on your lines, because we're going to go back over all of those lines again. let's do this little tip right here. It does it what I had current jam out. It's actually a little different than current jam. But the camera is not going to do it any kind of justice. This is definitely more brown-ish based. This one has a lot more red in it. Okay. Where did I go? Let's do one of these little doodads. Let's do these two. Okay. It is perfect for fall. It's perfect for your primitive and your vintage Christmas. I think you could actually even carry it over to Valentine's Day. Okay, let's add a little bit more orange in. Somewhere. Let's do this big leaf. And if you don't have Dune, I bet you could do the same thing with white. You might not be able to, I mean, you could see the lines. Doesn't necessarily have to be Dune. Leave that one a little streaky and see what happens. Okay, let's see if we can get some bark. And I bet, you know how, I don't know if you've ever seen like the watercolor cakes. I bet you could treat, if you have a bunch of, like me, a bunch of firm or dried up paste, I bet you could use them as gigantic watercolor cakes. I may have to test out that theory because I have plenty of dried up paste. I know the acorns aren't all brown, but these are going to be all brown. Your girl ain't got the patience for. And when we go back over it with black, it'll kind of help define the pieces. So I will be set up again. Bonita says ditto on this end, LOL. She probably has some, and I know Ashley and I have talked about this, some dried up chalk paste. Let's do the stem of the pumpkin. Let's do this leaf. Let's do this leaf. Okay, and let's come in with, back in. See, and I've only had to use one brush. Pretty cool little project. Let's add in some more orange. I'll come back in with some brown because as it dries, it's kind of light. If you need to go back over something, you'll need to dry it. Otherwise, you're just going to end up wiping it off. Okay, did I get everything? Yep, okay. What if I take a little of the Napa and hit the edges of the big orange leaf to blend it like a... I could, but I'm not that ambitious. If you do it, you can let the rest of us see it. It would be really pretty, but I'm not that ambitious this evening. Okay, well, I'll just have to let that dry on there. Like a color fade. It would be pretty. Okay. And since I used distilled water, I'm not worried about that water dripping in because it won't hurt my paste. Wash my brush off. I'm proud of myself for only using one brush. Less to clean. Okay. Let's give this a good dry. So it looks a hot mess now, but we'll see if it's still a hot mess when I add the black back in. So let's see. And I'm actually kind of, I don't know whether if I should use black or storm. I'm going to fuzz it just a little bit, that inside portion. So I'm just using my fuzz towel, which is just a big glorified terry cloth towel. just to knock back some of the adhesive. Ashley says that's pretty. Thank you. So now let's see if we can get this lined up. We use Benita's tip to put it on my fuzz towel. That way I'm not chasing my cutout. It's pretty. The dew makes it just a tad bit more difficult to line up, but I think that's pretty close. I'm not going to press too hard. I hope that doesn't pull everything up. Ew. I could also use, well, let's just try black and see what happens. Okay, so I'm just going to pull up some black on my squeegee. Oh, cross your fingers. I tried to get enough so that I only have to pull once or twice. Okay, here's hoping it doesn't take all the watercolor off. Wow. Okay, so we're going to wash that again. I'm not going to show you an up close yet until I'm done washing it. So let's wash the transfer one more time in case I want to, I don't know if I want to do the outside words. We'll see. I guess I didn't really have to wash it, but I would have gotten black everywhere, so we're going to wash it just so I don't make a big old mess. Okay, so let's get our board eraser. Benita says, hey, that's not nice. I think I got most of it out. This way we can stare at it and ooh and awe in amazement while the transfer is drying. I was just giving us something to do instead of just watching transfers dry. The water is pretty. Okay, I think I got all the black out. See, super easy to clean, super easy to use. And if you want to reuse the same transfer more than once on a project, I mean, it dries 5 or 10 minutes. The microfiber part of this towel really works. Okay. Just lost my towel. Okay, let's give this a dry. Make sure I don't have any water. Make sure this is good and dry before I touch it a whole lot. Ashley's asking if I found a home for all the stuff in my piles. I did. I still have a little tray of stuff to put away, but for the most part, I got all that stuff that's been sitting in a pile in on my craft room floor since a year ago, February. Here's what we have. So I do have a slight boo-boo right there, like I went over the line right there and right there. So let's see if the Q-tip will work. Not that I'm not that worried about it. But I have one of these pointed Q-tips. I'm just going to spray a little bit of water on my glass mat. Ashley says she loves it. Bonita says beautiful. And earlier Jason said, holy crap, that's awesome. Let's just see. I hope this doesn't run the black, but I'm not going to use that one. I have, let's see, are these the better ones? Yep. These are, you can tell the difference. This one is from Hobby Lobby, from the model, or the pine wood derby car aisle and the model plastic models car. They are super firm and they are super pointy. I don't know if you can see it compared to this one, like the end is all on that one. So I'm going to use this really good one, the really pointy one. And let's see if that way, because this end just kind of smashed on me, which this one just did too. Oh, yep. You just have to be really careful not to smudge the black. You could probably even use a fine paintbrush. There's another one down there. See, I got the one that was there. So yeah, that works. Okay, so now let's bring in the surface, our painted palette board. I do want to kind of rough up the edges, so I'm going to use my sander off of my desk. I'm going to really rough up the edges before we get everything cast down. Those corners. Now I'm wearing most of it. I just wanted to get my edges sanded. Oops. Then I'm going to use I just didn't want to get all that dust on my table. I just got it all over me. That's going to look pretty. I almost just want to leave it like that, but we'll see. Let's bring in our, and just like that, it's pretty much already dry. So let's move that off. I swear, I cannot do a quick project, but that's okay. I'm kind of just thinking black around the edges. What do y'all think? Black or bark? I think blue would look too odd. So I'm thinking black or bark. I was going to put these acorns somewhere. Ashley says she likes the bark. Bummer. Just going to see if it fit that way. I may bring it down all the way. Okay, well, I'm going to fuzz it while you guys fight amongst yourselves. I'm just going to fuzz it a little bit because it's kind of sticky. I kind of agree with Ashley. Since my acorns are brown, so I'm going to bring it more toward the bottom. Benita agrees, bark. Okay, so now I just have to remember not to do the middle part. And I got a new bark because that other one was pretty firm. And I could just to kind of help remind me not to paste there. Okay, so let's get the bark out. I'm just doing the words and the outside outline. Just kind of going around and cleaning everything up. Okay. Pull that off later. Ooh. Now let's see. It's a little distressed. I don't know if it's my transfer. It's okay. I think it was the way I pasted it. I don't mind it though. It's super distressed. Benita says she likes it distressed, except for these two words are fairly bold, and then the rest gets distressed. That's what we have there. And then let's get just so that, because this is a chalkable shape and it's a boutique surface, it is reusable. I'm just going to put some tape down. Let's grab my a hot glue gun. That way it will be totally removable. Okay. Put that back. Unplug it before I forget. Okay, so let's grab right. Yep. I'm gonna grab some twine and some scissors. And let's add these acorns. Take this off first. Oops, not what I intended to do. I was trying to there. There's where find where it's tied. Stick that back on. Okay. Let's put some twine around here. Find my where my end is. Snip that off and we'll just tie it. Oops, lost everything. Pull everything tight. So I'm going to hold that down with my finger. And then to secure everything together, I always just put one of my tails under. And let's put these on. These I got in a box of maybe 10 or so at Hobby Lobby. I think a couple years ago they were in the miniatures. They're just little cute little pine cones. So let's reuse this. So I'm reusing this twine. I can actually come in and use some of this. Jason says he loves this project. Thanks. It was another one of those that I wasn't terribly fond of, but I really like this technique. I'm just trying to undo this because I could reuse it. And that's one less thing I have to find a home for. Except for that part looks kind of weird. So I'm just going to make one of my little loopy bows. So I just alternate which side the loops are on. I leave a little tail at the beginning. see how many loops I can get out of this one. I think we'll stop there. And we'll add it to this one. So there's going to be a lot of loops. Oops. Okay, so then I'm going to put it right there and tie it really quick before it all falls apart. Kind of adjust, tie it tight, but not too tight because the stuff does tear. And then pull all of our tails toward the bottom. Of course, it wants to go a weird direction. There we go. So there's what it looks like. Let me hold it up. I'll just do it this way. There we go. Oops. That's what it looks like. Hold it up this way. There we go. You can see a really good view of it. That watercolor technique turned out really, really pretty. So if you got on late, where you can see the black lines, I actually chalked those in Dune first, and then I came in with watercolor, watered down paste, and I watercolored all of the designs, and then I went back over the lines with black chalk paste. That way, if you try to watercolor on top of black chalk paste, you're going to end up with a big muddled mess. Ashley says she enjoyed the project. Thank you. And don't forget to check out the kits for, and I know you can't see them in the package really well, but check out my chalk site for the Classic Santa DIY. This whole kit is $21. And like I said before, the transfer is almost $16. The board and base is $7 or $8. So you're at $21 just between the transfer and the base, but you get the Classic Santa cutout. You get 2 chalk paste singles, a chalk chip, a mini squeegee, and a color tray. So you're basically getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces for free. And then the gingerbread kit is $29. And it comes with a C-size transfer, which by itself is $24. So you're getting 3, it doesn't show up very well. You're getting 3 chalk shapes. This one comes with 4 chalk paste singles and a color tray and a mini squeegee. So, and then there's 4 other Christmas kits on the chalk site. So make sure you check that out. Ashley said, so cute. Really enjoyed watching this project. And Benita says, love it. She's going to give it a try. Well, I can't wait to see it. Okie doke. So I think, let me check. I think that's it. So, and the color of the month was still available when I checked this morning. So if you don't have any other questions, thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight. And again, if you're watching the replay, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate all of the support. I love hanging out with you and chit-chatting with you while I craft. And I hope some of you are also crafting along with me. So I will be live again on Wednesday, but we also need to do the drawing. So let me pull up that before I forget. I always forget that drawing. So I post every the mornings that I go live. I post a participation check-in post on my Facebook page, and so if you participate in that day's post, then you automatically get an entry into that night's live giveaway. I'm just trying to pull up. Oh yeah, there we go. So this morning, it was replace a word in a song title with the word pumpkin. So I had 6 participants. So let me share my screen so we can do that video. So be checking on Wednesday morning for that new check-in post. So let's share this. Let me see what you can see. Okay, so you can see that. Let's remove that. You don't need to see that. Okay, so let's load comments. So for instance, Ashley Evans put pumpkin lovin', and of course then I sang summer lovin' all morning long. Bonita was Puff the Magic Pumpkin. Amanda was Here Comes the Pumpkin, and Jason had a few. Living on a Pumpkin, Pour Some Pumpkin on Me, and God Bless the Broken Pumpkin. So let's confirm those. And if Jason wins, I will redraw. Bonita won. Congratulations, Bonita. Let me go back and grab that just so I can. Just gonna snip it really quick. Okay, I snipped it. Okay, so we can stop sharing. Congratulations, Bonita. Woohoo! I will get with you about your gift away. So with that, I'm going to hop off for the evening. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening and a great week, and I will see you on Wednesday. Thanks for watching.